Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Monali Saurambai brings you the news and events from Meghalaya. The headlines for today are: Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa to meet Meghalaya Chief Minister on the 23rd of July for discussion on border issues. Meghalaya Chief Minister announces the new youth policy which will benefit the youths of the state. Meghalaya people should not lose lands while solving the boundary issues, says Lambor Malnya. And Angela Rangat takes to silent protest outside Secretariat to draw attention to rampant corruption. And now the news in detail. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today said that the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has expressed willingness to have a threadbare discussion on the long pending boundary issues between Meghalaya and Assam. This was assured by the Assam Chief Minister during the one-to-one meeting with the Meghalaya Chief Minister at Guwahati. The meeting of the State Chief Minister and Assam Chief Minister, which lasted for nearly 45 minutes, was accompanied by MLAs and representatives of political parties. Addressing the media, Chief Minister informed that he will hold meeting with Assam Chief Minister in Shillong on the 23rd of this month, in which high officials of the rank of Chief Secretaries and Additional Chief Secretary from both the states will also be present during the meeting. Sangma also said that another boundary meeting will be held between the heads of these two governments in Guwahati within a week after the Shillong discussion.
With the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam to again informally discuss on the very important border issue, the boundary issue that we have with Assam. There were certain MLAs from political parties who had accompanied me, and they had accompanied primarily to wish the new Chief Minister of Assam and also to express their concerns about different issues, including the boundary issue. So after a brief meeting with them, and after they left the room, the Honorable Assam Chief Minister and myself had a one-to-one meeting for approximately 45 minutes. And in that meeting, we have gone through all the areas of differences and discussed many points in that, which, of course, as I said, I don't feel appropriate. I should mention all the details at this point. But what we have decided now is that the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam will be coming to Shillong on 23rd. That is one day before the visit of the Honorable Home Minister, Government of India. And we will be having a brief meeting in the Secretariat or any place that is acceptable to both sides. And we will be having a discussion at a more official level this time. In the meeting, Chief Secretary of Assam and the Additional Chief Secretary or Principal Chief Secretary Home will be present. And from Meghalaya side, our Chief Secretary and the Additional Chief Secretary Political will be present. We may have some exchange of presentations and discussions in details. And post that, we will be having an official meeting in Guwahati in the next week. So in that, we will be going with our full team, which, as I said, the dates have not been fixed. The date for that will be most probably fixed on 23rd of this month when Himanta Biswa Sharma comes to Shillong for the visit of the Home Minister. But during that visit, one day in advance, he will come and, as I said, have a discussion with me and with our senior most officials in the state government to discuss further details at the official level this time on the boundary issue.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today informed that the state government has taken the decision to go for a joint venture to retrieve the Maumlo Chera Cement Limited from the present situation. Speaking to the media, the Chief Minister said, after a threadbare discussion of all the stakeholders of the MCCL, the Cabinet took the decision to strengthen the cement plant of the state through a joint venture. Sangma said the Cabinet opted for a joint venture as it is unable to invest an amount of 190 crore rupees to make MCCL viable.
A large number of stakeholders of the MCCL, including the employees, the management, the landowners, the owners of the mines, so on and so forth, including the local representatives also. At my level, officially I must have met them 3 times, but unofficially I have met them more than 6 to 7 times. The discussion on NCCL has been as follows. Because of the huge financial requirement and the burden that NCCL is in right now, and the fact that most of the production is not taking place, there was a need to take a decision to how to repair things and move forward. We discussed about the option of the state government investing, which is coming to the tune of 190 crores. The second option which we had in hand was to see if we can find a joint venture partner to come in and invest in NCCL. And the third option was to close down NCCL. So the proposal was brought in front of the cabinet today by the Industries Department to see ways and means in which MCCL can be retrieved. Therefore, keeping in mind the financial constraints that are there on the state and the inability of the state to invest 190 crores at this point in time, it was suggested that a joint venture route be taken. So with that proposal, the cabinet today has cleared the proposal to initiate the process of having a joint venture for MCCL.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today informed that the government has taken the decision to bring the Shillong Public School and Pine Mount School in Shillong, which belong to the Directorate of Higher and Technical Education, under the School and Elementary Education Department.
Also, the Pine Mount School and the public schools that are in Meghalaya, these have been historically maintained or were under the jurisdiction of the Directorate of Higher Technical Education. As you're aware, these are all schools up to class 12, and in Meghalaya all the schools up to class 12 are under the Directorate of School Education and Literacy. So therefore, a decision was taken in the cabinet that the Pine Mount School and the public schools should also come under jurisdiction of the LESL instead of the DHTE. So that decision also has been taken today.
Meghalaya Chief Minister today announced the long-pending youth policy in the state. Speaking to the media, the Chief Minister said that the new youth policy encompasses the various aspects for the all-round development of the youths in the state.
Was to approve the Meghalaya Youth Policy 2021. As you're aware, Meghalaya does not have a youth policy. 15 to 29 is the age group which we define as youth. 31% of our population falls in this category. It is absolutely necessary that the government comes out with a clear policy on how we plan to channelize the energy of these youths so that they can work constructively for themselves, for their family, and for the state and the country as a whole. It's a very, very detailed policy. It will be impossible for me to speak about it completely, but we have prepared a small press release for that, and that also will be shared to all of you. So you can always go through that and take the points from there. But just to give you an idea, we have tried to cover different aspects of what is important for the youth and what is important for the state, what is the objective of the state, where the state would like to see the youth and where the youth would like to see themselves. So in these two objectives, we have tried to bring in aspects that will try to address the issues for the government as well as for the youth, whether it has to do with unemployment, employment opportunities, whether it has to do with leadership, whether it has to do with skill development, environmental issues, whether it's to do with sports, education, whether it has to do with health and wellness. All these factors have been connected and put into this policy. And at the same time, we have a 50-point agenda, which also has been created where different activities will take place. And in this 15-point agenda, the different activities will also be monitored on a monthly, quarterly, or a biannual basis. So that's the gist of of the policy, but as I said, we'll give you a small note on this. We have been working on this policy for a very long time. Initially, the note that was given by IIM was the base where we started, but after that, we have spent almost close to 10 months to add many more aspects to it, and we have studied.
The National People's Party has demanded that the state government should upgrade the Dadingri civil subdivision to a district. The leaders of NPP, accompanied by Meghalaya Minister James K. Sangma, in a memorandum submitted to the Chief Minister, said that the Dadingri civil subdivision, which was created in 1980, should be upgraded into a district in order to bring the administration close to the people.
We just had a meeting with Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Conrad K. Sangma, along with a delegation of the leaders of the National People's Party from Dadingri Civil Subdivision, and we collectively have placed a memorandum for his consideration for the creation and upgradation of the Dadingri Civil Subdivision to a district. This demand, as we all know, is a demand that's very long due and long pending, and we have apprised, we have informed the Honorable Chief Minister that the people falling under Dadingri Civil Subdivision are all very united in our demand for the creation for the upgradation of Dadingri as a full-fledged district. The Honorable Chief Minister has been very positive in his response, and we look forward to a positive outcome of our meeting very soon.
Meghalaya legislator Lambor Malnyang today said the people of Meghalaya should not lose their lands while trying to solve the boundary problems between Meghalaya and Assam. Addressed media, Lambor Malnyang informed that the two states will constitute the boundaries committees to be notified soon by the government of Meghalaya and also by the government of Assam.
Policy ngam ngait yung give and take policy. Namal da fiyong ba give and take policy kalalong pa ba ngasyon po madan nila surrender. Henry kabang akwa bandong hangay po tulong ban identify siya iki area ki jaka ki areas ki ba hap sangi. Menta kumno pinchu kamno iki area ki ba ong ba 10 kilometer ki ba dan hapo Assam katangam suy ha. Kabam na along. Henry gin pay ya ka feasibility kalong kumno gitu ki jaka. Bahap apo kita kira, handai ngang asuk pensengo, kabadai hi kejungi kamut kadai benwan hi sungi, kabadai kabah jong ka jela Assam, ai kani cakap Assam, ngimku asuk bandan kata kejungi kaja kabanya hap ya ki police forces bikin habanlit naga post kapor, banyu i susu yang ni kejung jinjar juga beriu, kapor kadai bangin perkut yang ni kejung ya kenat hapadeng jong kini ki atli ki jela, banwan rakno ya ka jingsuk haka kamai kaji jogi patba sepo ki khap border namar da fipat hi hadu kini gisni kamot ngi sisai kita ngi giswan jing turpot khamtam ki hagini ki sinem dalet ngi hadu hapo ka area ki badan sethi sepo kalan mohati ngi to ki area ki badan sethi sepo ka area jong ka jirang ngi pet setu ki wan ban turpot nagoi ka pos ko report Di kani kadai kabang iham ban pensange marmar namar ngimkwasyo ban iba upuriyo jungi uposyong hapu uput sam jungi bagin suan ra tu pulit Assam ban sukyamiki kumlajat yang hagini ki senam lalin no today namar kata nakaleng ka jungi ngina long firm ban pensengo ba subha ban result no ya gini ki issue marmar issue ban syedile namar tengteng ka kutang hagami jungi jidisa Andring mi ipat ya ka result kaban no positive jadi nama kata kum kinong ilam hi ngihapan simi ta ka jikitli bala gumno kalong bangin hapan pet ba panyada ya ka jala shua bangin rakhi ya ka jingdap san hosnam ngide ban result solve yikini ki boundary dispute ha shua bangin rakhi ya ka jingdap san hosnam ka jala te kita kide ki ba ngashwa ban pensno hakan report.
In the past few months, one of the members of the Thama Urang Lijuki, Angela Rangat, has brought to light case of corruption connected with the disbursement of funds to the poor in society. To recap what she has discovered so far, there were instances of names of non-existent people being inserted into the list of beneficiaries of the funds. These phantom recipients were far more in number than the actual recipients of the funds. Following the non-committal stance of the government in this regard to provide clarification or response to the matters being raised by her, Rangat has now resorted to staging a silent protest outside the Secretariat every day until the government decide to do something.
Mentasi yang sedang ia kini bantong kami yang song mentasi hari kena support 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 presiden kini dia office agency si kau harus tahu ngar andon ini kau harus tahu dan merway nama badan yang nggak publik mesti kimsa banyak lum deh Ndai la dati wei brio bisa ban join apa kita hok nanti nyemla bat sanglat tangkap tas saya penja saya kata kita kan long nalor ke kita duk nalor baka dan ke it's a real thing kan kumno penting mungkin pertama jadi benda ke priority ning kong yakin itu tiba juga ini keting ai down ni bamdan susah ini be dapat support badan keting dawa ban kesan hidup Ndai kapor banyak penuh pakar na bentak ini bamdan kami ni be tak susah lakadai banyak tu nak power department ni banyak tinggi building pemler ni dan kalau kita ini yang ya kata keting ai down bamdan susah but kalau kita presiden ru ning sangat masa perkat sa kumno bentengan kami kata kita suka panpet pakai pucuk tutup nong jong penika jela kami siniapkan kata ka di bendai ke priority masa bendai kata siniap.
So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.